Doctor Who The Legend of the Sea Devils, the 2022 Easter special, and second of the 2022 special, is written by Ella Road and Chris Chibnall, and starring Jodie Whittaker, Mandip Gill and John Bishop. The return of the Sea Devils, as they last appeared in Warriors of the Deep during Peter Davidson's run, which I was so excited. When I was watching the Sea Devil story starring John Pertwee, I've been wanting the Sea Devils to come back, and they did at last. So in 1807, a Chinese coastal village, people hid inside their houses, so Madame Ching came by. Ying Wai confronted her, ignoring his son Yin Kai's advice, knowing that she might unleash something inconceivable. Wai tells his son that if anything should happen to him, the job title will pass on to him. So Madame Ching digs into a statue of a sea devil. Ying Wai was about to stop her, holding her at sword point, and she threatens his life in return. But their fight is interrupted when glowing green cracks spread across the Sea Devil statue, and the real Sea Devil was inside. It's a great opening, and of course, Sea Devil kills Ying Wai, the TARDIS materialised at the beach, the Doctor and Yaz walked out, Dan dressed up as a pirate, he even carried a hook, and the Doctor disapproved, which is so funny. Suddenly, the Doctor felt something pulling her to the water by something invisible. So the TARDIS team investigates the attack in the village and got to meet the Sea Devil. Sadly, the fishnet didn't catch him easily, as he cuts himself out with the glowing sword. That's a bit like a lightsaber. So he bounced onto the flying ship, full of Sea Devils, which he says belongs to him. The Doctor realises the wounds on Ying Wai's corpse, a hexotoxic poison, a weapon of the Sea Devil. So Madame Ching meets the TARDIS team. The Doctor explains that she's a fan. Ching explains that she is finding the lost treasure of Fleur de Malar, which was supposedly found in the 16th century by the Grey Captain Xingji Han, only for a ship to sink nearby. Crystal Yu plays Madame Ching, aka Zhen Yi Sao. Zhen Shi is the Pirate Queen from the 19th century. I thought she's brilliant. She gives off great performance. Sea Devils summon Hua Shen, who devoured a fisherman. Hua Shen are a giant sea creature used by the Sea Devils to hunt in the oceans and seas. I thought the creature looked pretty cool. According to Fandom Wiki, the name Hua Shen could be derived from Hua Shen, the pinyin spelling of that Chinese word, which means incarnation or reincarnation, which is unconventional in Chinese to be used directly as a name. Shen might also refer to Shen, which is a dragon-like mythical sea creature. As Madame Ching went back to her ship, Dan and Yin Ki sneaked on board. The Doctor realises that Dan is missing and said don't wander off. The Doctor tries to get the traces of Sea Devil's ship but not getting anything, so she wants to talk to Madame Ching, but Yaz said that Ching wasn't interested. While Dan and Yin Ki got caught by Madame Ching and tied upside down, the Doctor and Yaz arrived in Ji Hun's ship in China Seas in 1533, where Ji Hun pushes everyone off the boat or got impaled. The chief Sea Devil arrived and Ji Hun kneels to him and said that he was fulfilled his request and emptied his ship for the Sea Devil's use. He also said to have what they agreed. The Sea Devil said he does not intend to hold up his end of the bargain, considering that he is not bound by promises made to a mere land crawler. The two lock swords as the ship begins to sink, and the Doctor and Yaz ran back to the TARDIS and returned to 1807, but under the ocean. And I thought the effects in that scene looked beautiful. The Doctor makes a joke comment about not being a bad date, where Yaz was like, "What?"
Not a bad date, am I?
Taking her romantic feelings for the Doctor seriously. The floor drops beneath their feet, revealing itself to actually have been the back of the Hua Shen. So the Doctor and Yaz ran back inside the TARDIS, and it's getting bitten by Hua Shen. And it was pretty gross that Madame Ching got someone's ear in the box. And there's an emotional scene where she explains her two sons have been captured and will all be put to death unless she brings back the treasure of the Fleur de la Mar as ransom. So the TARDIS was taken to the Sea Devil's underwater base, where the Doctor and Yaz confronted Chief Sea Devil, who is intrigued when they mention that they know of Ji Hun's previous contacts with his kind. The Doctor dwells on the technology keeping the base running, but the Sea Devil sees through her attempt to buy herself time to think, putting things back on topic. and showing them Ji-hun's ship. Very ghost ship they saw him flying earlier, explaining his pirate Sea Devil have made it their own. Ji-hun was kept in stasis, in a living death for hundreds of years as punishment for tricking the chief Sea Devil. So the Doctor and Yaz got to talk to him privately while the Sea Devils attends to the apparatus through which Hu Shen is controlled, learning that he was never in league with the Sea Devils but merely tricking the chief Sea Devil into thinking so in order to buy his crew time to escape with their lives and to safeguard the Keystone, a gem of extraordinary power, which was part of the treasure of Fleur de la Mort, what the chief is wanting to get. Arthur Lee plays Ji-hun, a legendary 16th century Korean seafarer who's a pirate captain. He's fantastic. Craig Els plays Marcessus, a chief Sea Devil, who was in charge of the group of pirate Sea Devils. Although used in production documents, the name of Marcessus for the Sea Devil was never mentioned in the episode, and he was credited as Chief Sea Devil. The fact that Sea Devil carrying swords and jumping like a Jedi is badass, and it's cool that the updates that kept the design recognizable, especially for those who watched Jon Pertwee era. Chief Sea Devil came back to announce that Hu Shen has detected the Keystone's presence, and the service, the Doctor hits the button as Chief, was about to kill her and Yaz. Dan, Yin-Ki and Ching were shocked to see the Sea Devil ghost ship rising up next to theirs, and the Doctor, Yaz and Ji-hun grabs the ropes and swung to another ship. And I love the fact that the Doctor shouts Geronimo, a callback from the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith. Plus Ji-hun does a great entrance, even the Doctor admits it, so the Doctor hardly has time to figure out that Yin-Ki has worn Keystone around his neck as the Chief Sea Devil materialized on board and takes it at a sore point before returning to his ship and plans to take back the Keystone before the Chief Sea Devil can sink the ship again to take the Keystone to the base and use it to trigger a mechanism that will flood the entire Earth. And there's some great sword fight scenes. Dan manages to take a lot of them down, and it's funny that he gave credit to his mum for his fighting skills. And it was cool that they used the sound of the Sea Devil scream back in the Pertwee story. The Doctor needed to rewire the hardware in the control core as she tries to trigger short circuits that will turn the base into the densest thing on Earth, causing it to collapse in on itself and preventing further geomagnetic waves from leaving it to disrupt the planet's orbit. When Yaz mentions her feelings towards the Doctor, there's a mention of River Song. The Doctor explains if she were to date anyone as a 13th, it would be Yaz. She is unwilling to commit to any such relationship because sooner or later, time always runs out. So the Doctor was about to sacrifice herself by holding the mechanism in place as it explodes, but then Ji-hun tells her to let him lay down his own life. Instead, as he has no wish to return to a world that is no longer his own wanting to do what he could do to salvage it for the people of his time. The Doctor and Yaz legged it back to the TARDIS just in time with the treasure chest containing the treasure of Fleur de la Mort. Examining it, Madame Ching confirms it will be enough to save her crew. She apologised to Yin-Ki for not saving his father and accept him as her crew. So Yin-Ki hugs her, but she's like, don't do that again. Marlo Chan Reeves plays Yin Kai, who lived with his father Ying Wai in a Chinese coastal village. He avenges the death of his father and believed that he was killed by Pirate Queen. He gives off great performance, so everyone said goodbye. Dan phones Diane as they missed each other. The Doctor and Yaz sat in the beach for holiday. The Doctor throws a stone in the sea, wishing this would go on forever with a sad smile. Some say the Master would appear in the last scene in this episode, but obviously not, as he returns in the next episode, The Power of the Doctor, with Sacha Dhawan reprise the role. I thought this episode is a lot of fun. What did you think of Legend of the Sea Devils? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Nathan Evans, Scottish musician, appeared on official Doctor Who YouTube channel singing an adaptation of the sea ballad Wellerman as part of the promotion for this episode.
The Doctor comes to bring us danger, adventure, then some. One day when the sieving is done, she'll take her leave and go.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.